I'm here with Julian talking about Splinter Cell Double Agent at Leipzig. Hello, Julian. I haven't seen you for about a year.
Yep, a year. It's been a long year, but the game's come on in leaps and bounds. So
how have you been doing?
It's been very, very busy. E3 was a very trying part of the year because we had to prepare a version, and obviously now we're in the final phases, so it's even busier. So hectic.
Have you had any dramatic developments in the past couple of months? Are you finding that it's coming together? Are you having any problems?
Everything's coming together. You know, it's one of those projects where we're finding out new things that we'd like to put in, little in-jokes, little things like that, a lot of polish, obviously. The version that we're showing today is really special because it's the first time we ever showed the trust system. The trust system is actually something that we talked about earlier on, but we didn't really demonstrate. So the trust system is 2 bars that represent your trust within the terrorist cell and within the NSA. So every objective that you have during every mission, and you'll have objectives for the terrorists and for the NSA, every objective has a trust quantity linked to it.
Right.
So you're going to have to do missions and balance the trust for both the terrorists and the NSA. So this is something brand new. It affects the whole course of the game. And with certain levels of trust and with certain decisions that you take in the game, you're going to be able to unlock 2 exclusive missions.
Are you getting a good response here?
Super good response. We've got specific levels for the press available, 2 levels that have never been seen before. And on the consumer part, which is the busiest part of Leipzig that I've seen this year, has Kinshasa and the multiplayer game.
So for those who aren't familiar with Splinter Cell Double Agent, can you just fill us in briefly, what's it all about?
Splinter Cell Double Agent, the whole concept was to take Sam Fisher out of his mode of being a soldier and put him more in an area that he was less comfortable with. So we've made him a double agent. We've got him to infiltrate a terrorist cell to take them down from the inside. Now, Double Agent was the focal point for all the level design and game design issues that we ever tackled. So that means that for every single mission that we send you on, you're going to have dual objectives. One set of objectives for the terrorists and one set of objectives for the NSA. It also means that you're going to have to make choices all the time. So do I do this objective? Do I do that objective? How do I balance my relationship with both the terrorists and the NSA? And that's where the trust meter comes in. So all of these things are brand new, which is really exciting for somebody who's worked on Splinter Cell for a while.
Everybody knows Sam Fisher, but you're revealing a side to Sam Fisher that people haven't seen before.
Absolutely. I mean, the whole point of it was to make people care more about Splinter Cell by building the character, by making him less of a soldier. So he becomes a real individual. Sam Fisher is a hero in this game. You know, there's no question. Some people have asked me, does he become a terrorist? No, your whole mission is to bring down the terrorists. Now your choice is, how far do you take your relationship with the terrorists, and do you really need the NSA support? Sometimes they're going to be asking you to do things that you really don't need to do. So do you do them just to keep them happy, or do you turn your back on the NSA to complete your real mission? At the beginning of the next gen, Ubisoft made a choice to invest in technology which was proprietary for 360 or for PC or for other next gen platforms. And this gave us the technology to do really exclusive content like Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. Other publishers either upgraded their PS2 and Xbox games, so you kind of had average releases at the beginning of the next gen, or they just ported PC games. So Ubisoft and Microsoft first party were the only companies doing actual exclusive 360 games.
If we could talk a little bit about multiplayer.
For 360 and PC, it's 3-on-3 Spy versus Merc. I mean, when you look at how much time and effort is spent on developing the multiplayer, you want as many people to play that as possible. So what we did was we approached it with the notion that we had to make it simpler for people to get into. But we didn't want to lose our hardcore fans. So what we did was develop a system that was very, very accessible, but very, very deep. So for example, the spy can hack your objectives from anywhere, from above, on the side, from below, which leads to increased strategies for both the spies and the mercs, because the mercs have to defend. But everything is really, really easy to get into. So that is something that we think we've pulled off really well.
So whether you're a Splinter Cell fan or you're just getting into it, there's going to be something new for everyone.
Absolutely. And one of the most exciting things for me is that the multiplayer game, you can actually play without an Xbox Live connection. You can play versus bots. So you can get used to the maps, you can get used to the controls, you can get used to everything before you actually decide, okay, now's the time to go online.
It's quite thoughtful that you thought of that.
It's tough to develop as well. So